like the CZ, have been nerfed just like the Tech 9. Sometimes the tap just don't want to tap. Exceed finds 2 on exit. They're trying to chase him down. I don't know if you guys heard that, but Sanson is a bot.
Easy go.
Okay, great. And we're back. And we are live. We've got map 1 of 3 being played now. We've got Nuke. After Nuke, we've got Inferno. After Inferno, we have Overpass. Pretty good map pool, if you were to ask me. If you thought that Binturong boys would pull this one off, I'd say this is probably the perfect map pool for that. Nascar dads obviously did not pick Nuke as they are starting CT side here. That was a pick by the Binturong boys. And we're already live here in this pistol round. Mad Cow looking to be the first person to take contact on the round towards the ramp. 4 terrorist players angling towards that goal, but they're going to stop and completely pull back around. Scouts has the positive read. He was going to go for a smoke push towards Hut, then he completely stopped himself and is chilling back behind that bomb site, which is one of the best angles to possibly play the inner upper bomb site from. A lot of indecision coming in here. A lot of different players in movement and going different directions, and Mad Cow is actually going to push right into the hands of 4 other terrorists. Binturong boys going to have quick ramp control just because of that. Athena not able to make any contact happen with any bullets. Curry is going to get 1 picked off. I think he's already down in that lower bomb site doing some work down there as well. But for the most part, Mark is going to be able to get a plant with no real issues. MCE will get the flank behind from Scouts. Shoots him in the back of the head, and Ido will also find one as well. Pterodactyl finds one as well. Mark is gone out of the picture. And just like that, it's a 1 versus 3 Pterodactyl alone by herself. Gets dropped by MCE. And we're going to hear that the entire final. I remember talking to these guys while we were waiting and hearing that it was going to be really important for them, their game plan to be louder than Nascar. And Nascar is a very, very loud team, as I'm sure you guys are accustomed to by now so far. But both of these teams obviously in the finals for good reason. It's going to be a quick eco round here. Well, actually, it's a full buy into it. Shotguns, CZs, P250s from Nascar. And Pterodactyl actually find one. Ido gets eliminated. Bomb is down in there, firm control. She almost gets another one on a Mad Cow. MCE, Mark, and Exceed will finish out the round, though. That will close it out. So the interesting choice there was buying into that round. I thought for sure going into the 3rd round they would want to be prepared and have as much money as possible. But they opted instead to go with pistol armor and a shotgun armor. Light armor at that, so the SMGs would rip straight through the heads. But instead, they opt to go for a save round here, giving the Binturong boys possibly a 3rd round start without even having to face a single rifle yet. So, interesting choice. Exceed going to be a great player to watch. You got also 3 other players with MAC 10s. A lot of contact coming out early, and USP's actually doing some work. MC grabs one with a Glio, Mark grabs another, but the trades are coming out. Curry sitting behind Red now with that P250 gets another kill. It's a 2 versus 1. Exceed all of a sudden by himself, and Curry able to pull it back. No armor, just straight positioning. Able to win him that round, coming around behind Red. Now 2-1 your scoreline. As I was judging, Nascar proved me wrong right in that sentence. They went with no armor, basic P250 and USPs, and we were able to still win that round and pull it back away from the Binturong boys. Now the Binturong boys still are going to have a comfortable buy here. Only 1 player going to opt for a deagle. Everybody else going AK utility to the extent, and here you come. Every single time you will see this team play, they will have some sort of outside execute set. They may not commit all the way down lower. They may get in your face. They may go inner. They're going to throw some kind of smoke execution outside almost every single round. So Athena's going to have her work cut out for her, and Curry, of course, supporting her from Mini Garage. Both players are going to have a rough time. That shot, timing-wise, was almost perfect. Curry actually going to get a couple of shots tagged in through that smoke as well. But it's still a 5 versus 5. Still 5 players pretty healthy on either side. Some utility damage coming in as well. Everything's looking good, shaped up right now for both sides. Neither team wanting to give up a mistake that will allow the other to take this round away. is looking like more like a lower fake and an upper take. A little bit confused by the strategy here. Mad Cow does find one, but these guys are going to come out upper. Come out upper with bomb. They get so many bullets and so much damage, but nothing actually happens. MCE able to trade one, but gets dropped by Athena from that heaven with that op kill. And again, you hear the celebration coming in from Nascar dads as they pick up that round. Now 2-2 your score line, and now the Binturong boys are in a serious save situation. Would prefer that. Binturong, I mean, of course, they'd like to win that round, but not a bad save. Now a comfortable buy for Binturong should allow them to give themselves some breathing room. AKs all across the board. Of course, you've got a Krieg on Grim, who has been an absolute showstopper today. With that, Krieg has averaged well over 30 rounds or 30 frags pretty much per game that we've seen on the broadcast so far. Has been a force to be reckoned with for sure. Watch Athena here as the south side execution should come in here shortly, at least the smoke set. They are still favoring inside as far as the actual players themselves, but oh, you know what? We'll take that back completely. It looks like it's going to be completely coming out of door. The smoke utility will block the molly, force Curry into a spam situation, and Exceed will counter that spam perfectly and drop him down. They're going to walk out of that smoke, but they will come straight into Scouts M4 from that heaven position, and he makes quick work of them, drops them down evenly. 2 players left alive on the T side now. Grim is in lower, Ido at door. They're looking for anything at this point to make this 2v4 into a more preferred situation. Walks through the smoke, and he finds one. That's one down. There's another one down. Ido gets 2. He's looking for a third. Grim actually goes around behind him. All of a sudden, we go from a 4 versus 2 to a 2 versus 1 situation. Mad Cow left alone on top of that heaven rafter. He's sitting Mustang side. He's going to have to drop down in the vent, go into lower, and try to make a play to bring this round back into a winnable situation for his team. However, 40 seconds left to spare. Binturong boy's not sure exactly where he's at. Now Mad Cow does drop into vent. He's going to look for the first 1v1 that he can try to grab. Grim playing safely, playing control, and he gets that kill. That is exactly what I was talking about earlier. We were having this conversation out on the couch during the break about how Grim and co, like literally anytime that they're alive, right? I mean, obviously huge play coming in from Ido. He's not usually one that will deliver in those moments. He's usually one that's stuck spectating, but him and I were talking, kind of jabbing at each other back and forth about how Exceed and Grim have been those guys, and sure enough, Ido comes in with a crucial 3-kill there that makes all the difference in the world, and just like that, they won that 4 versus 2 round and made it look easy. And here comes the smokes, the execution to the outside, and they were actually all committing downstairs. There's only one player that's on the true lurk in this round. And that's Ido, and he finds one there as well. Athena's gone. Curry trades them out, and there's a lot of good banter going back and forth. Now this is a save round for Nascar. Not a very big investment. Curry did have the AK armor, but outside of that, not a whole lot going on. Actually, Curry picked that up with the Deagle. He didn't even have the AK going into that round. He's in a 1 versus 3 situation right now, and he's not even thinking, save, hello, Exceed. Control. Caught off guard completely by his aggression. Now a 1 versus 2. He has no smoke for bomb and no kit for bomb. So it's really going to come down to how they play the situation. Mark makes him come into him. That was a perfect play. All he needed to do was open door. He allowed him to come straight to him, and that allowed him to have that kill. So fantastic play from him. The Binturong boys will take that round as well. 4-3 will be your score line. Looked a little dicey there. So she's looking for any kind of contact, but there's really nothing there. It's a surprise because they're normally there almost every single round. Doing a lot of inside control lobby plays, just kind of holding off angles, trying to limit the exposure to the pistols as much as they can. So far, they're doing a good job at doing that. After losing Exceed, you can tell they've tightened up quite a bit. Not really taking any angles by themselves yet. But that being said, they haven't gotten anywhere in a full minute. They've just all been kind of sitting there. Got 1 player sitting in ramp room currently, 2 players sitting upper, and 2 players sitting outside. So the right read in this situation would be to go towards ramp room. Question is, are they going to get that read in enough time Or are they going to walk straight into this pistol stack at upper? And that looks like that's what's going to be happening. Curry can come up huge right here if he makes the right peek at the right time. But unfortunately, he peeks 3 terrorists, and they make quick work of him. MCE able to barely get the guy lurking, coming behind the ramp room. He headshots him, but not before getting headshotted himself to low HP. Athena, last man standing, or last woman standing in this situation. Sees the sliver of somebody's head, but she can't quite make the connection on the shot. Now on 1 versus 3. MCE, 4 HP. Athena takes the 25 hit points of damage, and she's going to back out here. I would assume. Yeah, she does. She's going to opt to go for a save.
So was that.
As the fake laughter comes in from the chatter from the Binturong boys.
Just scream at the top of your lungs when the wind is
Oh gosh. Oh, we know their strategy now, guys. As we've got Grim and Exceed still trying to win this round. Bomb planting in this situation. Exceed grabs one, looking for the other. Able to make a little bit of damage on the scouts, but it's not quite enough as Grim last alive, 6 HP, 1 versus 2. One down there, looking for the other one, and he finds him just in the nick of time. That defuse was so close, but 6 HP is just enough, and that plant doesn't even blow up, so he gets to bring that up into the next round. Absolute perfect performance from him, perfect timing. Had he waited any longer to get to that catwalk and run to that bomb site, that bomb was defused, hands down. So very, very crucial timing on his end. Now, going to pull away with the lead in the half of 8-5, guaranteed that they are going to close out this half in the lead. At this point, Nascar is going to be thinking 9-6 as a very worst case scenario for them. That's what they're thinking. That's what they're trying to push. MC grabs one. There is one on top rafter as well. They are pushing lobby behind him, which is forcing him to go out to that location. And now the last player standing is Curry with the Deagle in lobby. Deagle is nuts. He is nuts with the Deagle. 2 players deleted just like that. 8 HP remaining. 1 versus 4 into a 1 versus 2. Keep the Deagle. Keep the Deagle. Keep the Deagle. The good news for him is that he has bomb control firmly in his hands. They have to come to him. And it's just not going to work. He gave them too much control out that door. They were able to crossfire, sandwich, and trade. That would have been really efficient. Good kills coming in from him there, though. I mean, it's a really important 2 digs. I feel like had he stayed aggressive there, it might have worked out a little bit better for him. But 8 HP nonetheless. I don't blame him for falling off and being passive in that situation. It makes a lot of sense. Now, 9-5 your scoreline. NASCAR is preaching to their team right now. It's got to be 9-6, guys. Got to be 9-6. Got to get 6 rounds out of this. 10-5 half going into T-side is not where you want to be. Quick bullet exchange there. Exceed will win that duel. Mad Cow is eliminated. Scouts is down into that lower bomb site, and Athena is sitting there waiting with Op as well. Scout's going to let them go across. That way he can try to stay alive as long as possible. They have no idea where he is at, and he will find 2 with that late play. Make it 3 as he drops Grim as well. Fantastic play coming in from Scout. Absolute fantastic play. Kind of forced him to shoot because they were shooting at his teammates, and then it just kind of worked out. Athena will find the kill on to Exceed, and 9-6 will be where it finishes. That's a good, solid first half for the boys, and it is a decent first half for NASCAR. If they've got a strong T side, that's all that's going to matter at this point. But let's see that ADR screen one more time. That is the story. That is the story. 85 ADR from Curry, 1.27 KDR, 85% headshot ratio, 127 ADR, and 1.27 KD. Whereas the rest of the team is dramatically under. 77 ADR at Scouts, who just had that breakaway 3K right there. That probably made all the difference for him. Athena all the way at the very bottom with 35 ADR and 0 headshots, where she is opping, so that's a big part of the reason why there. Grim, of course, we see him towards the top of the scoreboard, 92 ADR. We also want to talk about, when we talk about how important players are, you talk about utility usage and actually seeing that being used. There's no effective flashes that you're really seeing coming out of that squad right now, and that tells a really big story. They're specifically going into fights just trying to win based on skill alone, and that's not going to be enough when you play a team like this. They're going to have to start using their utility in a much more demanding fashion if they're going to make a big difference. And it's all going to be up to this pistol. Specifically, they're going to need to make a big enough difference to really start gaining momentum and steam going into this second half. Aggression from the CT side, pushing into Squeaky, going directly around behind him. Scout's going to get dropped by that aggression. MCE, Grim into that J-Hall, finds one. Curry actually grabs two himself. Now he's got that USP, and he's deadly with that USP on T side.
Dude, 2 seconds earlier and we're both there.
They are now grouped, going down together. One in control, gets deenked or gooshed through the glass. Curry thinking about getting aggressive through those doors. All three are there. Curry doesn't care. Curry doesn't care. Unfortunately, he can't make the shots to connect, but very close around. A lot closer than you would think, finishing out 2 alive. But 10-6 will now be your finish. And here comes the ramp work. Marco Ladone able to find one with that falling MP9 shot on the Scouts. Curry putting in work, and Mad Cow putting in work together. Grim does try to get aggressive with the MP9, but can't quite find nothing. Mark's going to look to continue to get some more MP9 damage and kills here with this angle that he's in right now, because all of his teammates are dropped and Ido is out of the round. Your last, well, I guess not last man. MC is still alive there as well, and actually it's a 2 versus 3. Mad Cow with very low HP. This is definitely possible. Bomb's still in their firm control, but MC at that hut position, and Mark now getting re-aggressive with that MP9. Catches a bullet to the face, though, now with 1 HP alone. Sitting in that ramp room, the T side is going to start to milk their way over there, but he finds one anyway. Curry not able to make a bullet connect, did not expect that angle. Mad Cow will find MCE instead, a 2 versus 1, 1 HP situation for Mark. He's going to walk his way back into the mini garage. They're expecting heaven at this point, but there's going to be an angle that's going to hold, and Pterodactyl will find him and get him down as well. So 7-11. Oh, thank heaven is where we now currently sit. No affiliation, hashtag no sponsor, hashtag please sponsor. That is where we sit now. Money looking okay. They'll be able to get utility. They'll be able to get some smokes, some nades, some flashes. Everybody's going to be able to buy back. Curry and Athena going to opt to go in for Mac 10 armor. Probably going to be your aggressors in this round. And sure enough, the Molly and smoke situation that's working real well for them outside is going to continue. But Pterodactyl will find a spray down through the smoke on MCE. Exceed at that left angle will find one looking for a second. That's Curry. He's gone as well. Exceed has done his job. He's got those 2 kills in a lower. Makes all the difference in the world. The CTs realize we can fall off now. We don't have to take these fights. So that's exactly what they do. They're now in a more passive position. Sitting CT vent, though. And Mad Cow sitting at that door completely exposed once that smoke fades. Now they're setting up for more of a wrap take now. Mad Cow will be essentially a lurk position here while the other 2 try to entry from the heaven outside position. No one's really in a prime position for it. Grim's caught off guard. Well, maybe not. He's got to read. That's going to come down to timing. There's also a player directly under him. It's going to come down to serious timing. Actually, yep. Exactly. Ido caught off guard. Grim now aware, able to get the trade onto 1, looking for another. Cannot close it out, though. Now it's a 2 versus 2. You got to exceed.
Yeah, there was nowhere for me to get.
Friendly chatter between the 2. Mad Cow finds the spray headshot onto Marcolodon. Seed last man standing, 17 HP, FAMAS in hands. Better to save here, for sure, as he doesn't even have a kit. Grabs the M4 instead, which is good.
Yes, but I didn't want to because we had an advantage.
And it will be I don't want to say easy, but they will definitely close out the round with ease. Save. He just got owned, I think. Oh, he's got to be asking questions about how Pterodactyl just lasered him through that smoke. That's exactly what it was. (11-9). Now your scoreline. CT's forced into a safe situation here yet again. Deagles in their hands. CZ's in the hands of MCE. Armor for a couple of players, but not for many. smoke style execution outside, but they're walking across the smokes, and they walked extremely early, so they're really not going to get any information on the CT side. The CTs look like they're opting for a stack upper currently, judging by the player positionings on the radar. That's what it looks like. There's no real movement coming from them because of those smokes, and there's no reason to, because they're not getting any sound cues or any idea that they're actually committing with those smokes. So they're just going to opt to stand there, stand tall, relax, and sure enough, they'll get inner with literally no issue. They just don't know. And the CTs are going to start moving down into those vents. Rotation will come in. They're not going to opt for a save. They're going to opt to try to go for this. One Deagle found. Exceed finds scouts as he was trying to approach from the secret angle. CT's in good position here. The only issue is I don't see a kit. Do not see a kit. Great Deagle shot coming in from them. Matt Cow's last alive, 1 versus 3. He's sticking the bomb. He knows he's got very little time. He's going to go wide, though. Finds the bomb planter. Now they've got to jump on the bomb. And they've got just enough time. This is perfect. Absolute perfect situation. Wait a minute. What? No. Wow. Determined they did not have enough time. Mad Cow was able to buy just enough time with that spray transfer. I found that very interesting that one of the CTs decided to run up ramp instead of just try to bomb body block. 4 rounds separate Binturong from a victory here on the first map of this series. Now again, mind you, map 2 will get us to Inferno, and map 3 will be decided by overpass. It's real unfortunate for Nascar here, is now they're forced into a save situation because they lost literally all of their players the round before. Smoke's going down in front of ramp. Most of the players looking like they're favoring towards that ramp side. Here they come. Mark gonna get the spray down, looking for more. Exceed also there to support his teammate. Easy Deagle shot from Mad Cow. He was extremely low, but it's not going to be enough. Pterodactyl trying to make that trade peek on Exceed. Does get the kill there. Now a 1 versus 3. Deagle in hand. Armor also available for her. No head armor, though, so it's going to be a quick kill if they can get 1 bullet off towards her head. Now she's going to take a break, relax, get a breather. She's got bomb in hand, so she doesn't have to worry about that. Now she's got an AK in hand as well. CT's opted to go for more passive angles here. Make sure that they don't give her any 1v1 peeks, which is pretty much perfect. That's what you want to do. You don't want to overexpose yourself. You don't want to give her any angles that she doesn't have to work for the kill for. And once they spot her out, they can make the call accordingly. There's your passive angle there. You notice he goes for a shot, but immediately falls back. Now he's waiting. He's made the call for his team. The team's going to rotate to him. He's shouldering just for more information. She's going to get aggressive and get in his face, but it's not going to be enough. Graham's very quick on that angle. Very good shouldering from him. Gives him a slight peeker's advantage in that fight and allows him to take that kill home easily. Binturong and boys, 13-10. Garage and clearing her angles. So they don't know, and he is going to survive the round successfully. He will be able to bring that AK into the next round for them. 13-11. Nascar Dad starts to make the difference. They do have to reinvest in the round quite a bit as well, but not quite nearly as much as the Binturong boys, and they will be able to do so because that AK save. Now in around 25 out of 30. I imagine this is going to be how the map 2 and 3, if we get there, will play out as well. Very close, hard-fought rounds. Every single round that you fight for is a round that can change in the flick of a crosshair. It's just amazing. There's so many different rounds that have changed. Smokes outside have been really ineffective from Nascar Dads. And it's not even their lineup. It's they throw this pre-molly every single round that throws a damper in it, but they're going to get into many regardless. Trade off some shots, trade off some kills, but Grim and MC will be able to make the biggest difference, and Scouts will be in a 1 versus 3, now in a 1 versus 2 after grabbing the other kill on the Grim. Now here's the difference. He does not have bomb firmly within his grasp. He's got a long trek around to go get that bomb, and they know where it's at. They're staring at it. as we speak.
He's going up secret.
Just
Scouts. He's got the perfect play. If he looks up at the right time, he's going to find that player sitting in heaven. He hears the scope. He knows he's there. They both have an idea of where they're at, too, because he's looking straight down ladder like he's going to be expecting to come from ramp. He doesn't know that he's just a little bit too late on that timing. Scouts gives his positioning away, though, with the molly, and Exceed will make him pay for it. Peeks into the molly and cost him huge. There goes the round. The 2v1, just like that, is lost by Nascar Dads. 14-11 now is your score line for the Binturong boys. Money is very tight, but it's going to be enough for them to buy into. Mac 10s and CZs in there to try to help give them some movement with their approach that they're going to take here this round. Looks like some more smoke's being thrown outside. Goes for the early peek from Scouts, though, and he finds MCE. That's an important first-round pick. And they're opting to go for a full aggression approach. Okay, this is what I don't understand. This is what they've shut down pretty much every round is aggressive plays upper. They get that pick and make it a 4 versus 5, and then they just rush. They just move their feet as fast as they possibly can into that upper bomb side. And the Binturong boys are ready. I mean, they just, the second they lose a player, they know they need to rotate. They start rotation right into it. And sure enough, I mean, it's just, you put yourself in a bad situation. You need to be able to successfully allow the defense to shift and open up the round for you, but they didn't allow that at all. They put the pressure on. They felt like getting that opening pick made all the difference, and in this case, it certainly didn't. Binturong boys were ready for that upper tech. 15-11, game point. They got 4 rounds now where they've got to come back into this game in order to go into overtime for this first map. Again, we have a B03 series. This isn't over yet. Obviously, the map's not over yet, but Mark getting exposed a couple of times here at ramp. They're trying to see what they can do there. Exceed is there with them. Marcus got the first kill, and he was able to get down successfully without dying. That's what you want to do at that ramp room. You want to make sure you can get out safely, and he did that with a kill. So it's actually the perfect situation for him. Now, 2 pistols and a shotgun control the outcome of this first map. They need to find a gun, kill the gun, take the gun away, and in order to turn this into a winnable situation. And Curry almost does that with the Deagle, but he doesn't quite find the right shot to take there. Scouts does get behind him, but he doesn't realize how low Mark is. So the angle with that shotgun, clearly not a favorable one to take. He doesn't want to take it. He kind of wants to bait him into him. Bait him into that fight with that shotgun. Mad Cow has been slowly working under heaven this entire time. Looking for anything, any information they can get, any pick they can get, any gun they can get in their hand to make the difference. But right now, the boys just aren't giving it to him. And just like that, Grim gets aggressive. Scouts finally finds one. That is Ido eliminated. He's got an AUG in his hand. He's got 30 seconds and no bomb. Now, some aggression still from Mark. Totally unnecessary, but it's last round and no time left, so he's thinking in his head, I'd like to just close this out right here. Bomb is down at ramp, but they're going to molly it off. They're going to give him no time to grab it and get bomb. And that will close out the round. And the game. The Binturong boys will take map 1. Map 2 is still coming up here, guys. Don't go anywhere. It's only going to get better from here as we go to a more linear map in Inferno. You don't see nearly as many takeaways from those rounds. And, of course, this was a great matchup. It was a great matchup that could have been decided by a simple one-round change. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We appreciate you guys hanging out all day. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. We're back here. We're live. We are in the best of 3 finals. We are on the second map. Binturong boys able to pull off the first map on NUKE, 16-11. Now we are on the second map of Inferno. We are on this pistol round, and we are underway as we speak. A solid aggression style play. Looking like it's going to come in through for Nascar Dads. They're sitting patiently waiting in middle. A moto smoke going to come in from Mad Cow, who's setting up the execution. Flash going to come over the top for the entry for Curry. Flash will not matter, will not touch Exceed, who will be able to drop him. They will start the wrap over towards that B bomb site. They're going to wrap all the way through B, not stopping whatsoever for anybody. It's going to come down to Ido. Ido tries to make a couple of kills, tries to make a couple of shots happen, but he's not able to connect anything as they're running up through the main portion of site. Finally finds one on a pterodactyl, gets Goose. Grim helping him out, though, at that U-box angle, and Mad Cow going to be last alive. 1 versus 4. Opted to stay there, CT and lurk, but nobody rotated through CT. They intelligently decided that they were going to go back around all the way through Banana. Oh, and he finds a Goosh on a Grim, eliminating, not quite eliminating him, but pretty much dropping him from the round. Grim's not going to want to repeat that new box angle, not with the pistol round as important as this one on Lang. That Cow still going to try to do something this pistol round, but he gets dropped immediately by 3 people peeking him at the exact same time. And as you can hear, the chatter is not nearly dead as we are going to continue to hear these guys battle back and forth. Sure enough, MCE literally eating a molly in that window area, crossing through, completely got demolished through it. I don't know if he got stuck or what, but completely 100 health to 0 health, just like that. Exceed heard a footstep towards the end of Hall, so it baited out an early molly, and there's nobody even home, so it's actually kind of a waste of his molly. 5 players on the T side now going to start favoring over towards that A bomb site, which is an interesting decision because they actually have B almost cleared out. There's only 1 player inside. I guess they're going to try to bait out a reaction in middle, but they're going to walk right into the waiting hands of Ido with that op. Exceed also doing quick work at apartments with that MP9. There's a lot to be missing here. As it was a 5 versus 4, now it's a 2 versus 3. Nascar dad's in the disadvantage. They're going to slowly start to wrap their way around that site. Know they've eliminated the op at least from the round. If they stay grouped, that's the most important thing. They need to stay grouped here. If they're going to go for a B wrap, they need to go for a B wrap, but they don't want to split up. The last thing you want to do in this situation. Mad Cow. Waiting for his teammate to group with him. Gives him bomb. 20 seconds left. CTs have not been baited out. They are still sitting strong. Working his way into sight. Immediately deleted by Mark. Mark was ready for that angle. Pterodactyl makes a nice trade off headshot on that middle sight box, but it's not enough as Exceed goes wide on her and gets the instant trade there as well. So 4-0 Binturong boys up. Mad Cow thought he had the proper read on the situation. Once he tapped what he thought was the bomb location, he figured, no, there's no way he's sticking it right now. But unfortunately, he was. So that should have been 6-0 situation turned into, or 4-1 situation turned into a 5-0 in the favor of the Binturong boys. Keep in mind, Nascar should have lost that round anyway in a 2 versus 1 that Mad Cow was able to turn into a 1 versus 1. Good news is they can at least buy back here with AK armor. Ido trying to find something through that spray down with the smoke, but he's not able to make any contact or any kills. They've got firm bracket control. Gurry through the smoke. Oh, he finds one through library. The transition there was immaculate as Macalodon is now out of the round. Scout's also able to find one. They're just going straight through smokes here. That's what they're doing. They're coming out any way they possibly can. Exceed might get caught off by one as well. Nope, they won't. Scouts will just get the perfect headshot onto him. Everybody's going down. Everybody's dying. Smokes are the key to their success here. As Ido, 20 HP left. 1 versus 4. He's still going to reaggress, and he does get dropped successfully. So the moral of the story is you can't catch Nascar off guard by running through smokes, but they can catch you off guard for sure. I think I saw 3 kills that round with them running straight through smokes. And that was the difference. So, interesting money situation here, as you've got 3 players who definitely had money to buy and money to spare, but they opted for deagle armor only, not even head armor. They're probably expecting that they're actually going to have to drop their teammates going into next round, so they're trying not to buy down too much. They're actually running directly through the molly, which is an interesting play. Actually nets them 2 kills. They did not expect that with that molly in place, but they would be doing that, but hey, it works out. And there's nothing wrong with standing in the molly when you don't invest into the round, because that's not going to net them enough money. Graham's just going to keep going. This is a 3 versus 2. Make that a 2 versus 2 as Mad Cow makes a difference, but this round is extremely winnable.
Nice one on the bridge though.
I don't know.
Just like that, MCE makes a play through the smoke himself. Mad Cow, last man standing, yet another 1 versus 2. Bomb in his hands. Now, right now, there is a gamble stack over towards A, but they're trying to rectify the situation right now by splitting off and going into that area. Appreciate you, sir. All right.
I'm gonna get that money.
No.
And just like that, Mad Cow trying to walk into sight, not able to successfully do it as MC was able to rotate and get the kill right where he needed it. Dropping the round and now dropping the money. That's what looked like a really, the money situation was really weird there. So they could have forced, and instead they opted to save with light head armor and pistol, and yet the aggression never stopped, and Nascar could never respond. So, sitting bracket side. So if they execute onto this right now, they can get firm control. It looks like they're favoring him. They're kind of just holding and waiting. That's going to allow MCE to get another kill from behind. That was an interesting call. They knew MCE's not normally a B player. I mean, they had to have that read on him, so they had to have an idea that they were stacked over to B, but interesting collapse as well. 2 versus 2 all of a sudden. Make that a 1 versus 2. Exceed alive in pit. Last man standing versus Curry. Curry is a very dynamic player, but unfortunately for him, not able to pull that round away. 8-2 will be your score line. And just like that, economy going to be a huge factor in the round again. 4 players will be able to comfortably buy. Mad Cow will not be able to comfortably buy, but he might be able to get a drop from a teammate. Op coming out from scouts. AKs in the hands of everybody else. Mad Cow just opting to go with. Oh yeah, he got it. He got a drop from somebody else for sure. Ido goes for an op Molly down middle, and you'll have 4 terrorists just kind of sitting middle side right now. 1 player watching the alternate lurk. Not a whole lot going on. At this point, Binturong boys need to actually start making a stand in the middle as they've been giving up a lot of bracket control. And that's where Nascar thinks their advantage is right now, is that bracket control. You can prove them wrong here and start changing that up. They'll be in a really good position. Now, Curry does find an early kill on MCE at B. This is where it gets interesting, because Curry, you would think he would be thinking that there would be 3 people at B at that point, but he's going in for more. He wants more blood. And his team actually feels that he's got a solid read on the situation, so they're all coming back down to B on him. It's a 2 versus 4 right now, 2 versus 5 right now at that B bomb site. They're going to throw smokes. Mollies commit to this execution. They're going to go straight in. Wait a minute. They might just go straight up on Curry. Yep, just 1 smoke. 1 simple smoke. That's all they're going to throw. Grim gets in there. Athena gets the trade. Great shot from Ido at that back alley range. Makes it a 3 versus 3 situation. This round's extremely important for them. Smoke fades. Scouts realizes it last second. Jumps back into new box. Terrified for his life. Kind of re-aggressing. They're being very patient. They're doing more of a sandwich angle. Caught out with utility, but he can't make the shot connect. Scouts gets mollied out. But Mad Cow and Pterodactyl will team up together to make the round differential there as well. 8-3 now your scoreline, and the CT team is hurting for economy, just like the NASCAR dads were hurting for their economy as well. They've got to think about a force buy situation here. They've already bought down pistols 1 round and were able to string a round together off of that, so they might be thinking something similar here. Mag 7 being dropped to MCE. Look for him to play somewhere either really close, really fast, or maybe somewhere alone. And alone is what it is. He's going to play B with that Mag 7. He's going to smoke the half wall probably. Yep, and he's going to try to play half wall with that Mag 7. The jumping Mag 7 is something never to be scoffed at. It can be deadly, especially at half wall. And he's going to go for it. This is going to be the play right here. MCE, no armor, jumping Mag 7. Someone get close to me, please. That's all he's saying right now. Curry's looking for it. He doesn't know. He's getting close. He's inching along. He's going to clear the angle. It's going to come down to who's faster. And Curry's going to answer with that. He's going to be him. It's me, guy. I am the faster one. Curry trades off MCE. Grim finds one with a deagle, but they quickly trade it out in middle. USPs are not for one long. 8-4 is now your score line, and now we start to hear Nascar Dad's voices come back to life as they now start to celebrate them being back in this half. Inferno is typically a map that you'll see played on both sides, back and forth. You'll typically see an 8-7, 9-6 scoreline for either side. Most teams will tell you it's CT-sided, but it really depends on economy control and how well everything's played out. So at this point, if they can get closer, they'll certainly be happy about that. Now Graham's going to come down fast. Perfect pop flash. Just finds two. Looking for a third. He has time to reload. But he doesn't catch it quite fast enough. But Mark, a couple of re-aggressing plays there. That's okay. They can afford to lose those players. It's a 2 versus 2. AK spray coming down from behind that banana. Exceed. Do they know that he's there? They do not. They do not. They do not. Found. Tagged. Deagle in hand. One bullet might do it. One bullet's all he needs. Pterodactyl is low. She's very low. That molly is almost perfect. Oh, the counter molly with the smoke play. The molly spreads through the smoke. A big brain plays from both of these players right now. Pterodactyl's got the read, though. She's got the angle. This is really good on her part. Oh, I can feel the stress. He doesn't want to give up bomb control, but he feels like he has to at this point. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make a bid. He's gonna go all the way back around to CT. He's gonna bet she's gonna take so much time to get that bomb that he's gonna have time to rotate back around behind her. I love it. I absolutely love this play. This is a huge risk, but he is absolutely on the money. She's not gonna have time to go anywhere else. She's going to go back to B. She's going to go right back into him. The only question is she going to expect it? She's still looking back behind her, but is she going to clear CT, or is she going to run straight into sight? Oh my gosh. That was the biggest brain play I've ever seen from Exceed. And I'm pretty confident that if Nascar Dads can't pull away pistol and eco, then it's definitely going to go in the way of the Binturong boys. So it's a very, very crucial round for them. Interesting setup. 2 bottom banana, 2 bottom middle, 1 watching the alternate push. Just looking for, I guess, a control play coming in from Nascar, expecting some kind of aggression from one side of the map or the other. But really, it's just a 4-man passive play at A with a 1-man top banana that's just kind of holding and looking for information, looking for pushes. Sees a smoke, sees a player, throws a smoke. Doesn't know how many, just knows he saw 1. 5 players are actually sitting in that banana as we speak. Clearly the only preference right now is to take B. They've got a solid read on it. I mean, they I don't know how they know it, but the entire CT team is on that A-bomb side. Molly's coming on Mad Cow. Mad Cow forced out into the open. One by one, they will march, and they will come into that A-bomb site, or B-bomb site, now completely cleared. There is not another CT there. They've got to still take their time and look for kills. Ido finally gets Athena. Now a 5 versus 3 situation. Curry has to come alive here. And then he does not. He dies. Scouts and Pterodactyl, last 2 alive, 5 versus 2. Throw a flash, trying to get something done. These angles are way too sharp for Glocks to lose, though. And they will drop Scouts. Pterodactyl, 7 HP, also gets eliminated. 12-4 will be your score. And now, at this point, is Eco a possibility for Nascar? Or are they going to opt to go in for a full buy next? Oh, yep, they're going for it. Going for Bro on her own.
That was the worst pathing I've ever seen.
Time is ticking down, bullets are swinging by, and a flank comes in from Ido. Late, but worth it. Now 13-4, they've got no money in the bank. They need to save here. They invested another big amount into this round. They're really just throwing away money. These rifles are going to be essential for them to have success into this half. And yeah, I mean, if they get some P250s, maybe they can get something going, but they really can't afford them. They've got to go USP only. That's exactly what they do, and they're going to go for middle fights. MCE, full aggression. Oh. Hot flash peak timing. SMG's making quick work of him. Good idea. I mean, the flash was perfect. There was about 3 players that were hand over face, but unfortunately for them, there were 2 people sitting back, alternate and back middle, that did not get affected by them, that were able to make quick work of those kills. Alley. Seed. He hears scouts, jumps. He knows where he's at. He knows where to expect him. It's going to come down to timing. What Scout's going to do? He sees the barrel of his gun. He's got the read. He knows he's on railing. He knows he wants to peek him from railing. It's so close. Exceed will find him. The trade, the kill that comes in. There's no trade to be had. The smoke does not hit. Grim also finds another. This is now a 5 versus 3. This has gone completely the opposite direction. Mad Cow now alone finds one. Gets a second. Almost transfers to a third. It does not successfully make that kill happen. Curry, who has been a non-factor so far this map, is looking to make the difference now. 1 versus 3, op in his hands. They really don't want to give up game point, but they also don't want to give away the money. They don't want to give away the op. They've got money to play with. Scouts is the only one that's low, but 4750 is a large investment for any player on any team, regardless of the current stature. And if these guys don't give him a peek, there's no reason for him to try to go outside of library and get that kill, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They won't give him an edge for him to take, so he's got no other choice. He's got to save his gun. Now game point for the Binturong boys. Does find one. Very smart. Very smart. He knew where they were saving. They also had an inkling too, because they went wide and they were looking right at library after that plant. So that's pretty funny. 15-7, game point. This is the same thing that happened on Nuke earlier. It went 15-7, and then I think it finished 16-10 or 16-11. It was, they got another 3 or 4 rounds strung together, but it had a very similar feel. Exceed gonna flash himself, but it's gonna work. Athena drops. Pterodactyl will get her trade at Boiler at that archway side. They will smoke her off effectively. All 4 are actually gonna go through that smoke. They're going through the smoke. They're coming around behind her. She's not gonna expect it. She's gonna get caught completely unaware by the offense. Oh, there's another moto smoke. I wonder who smoked that. I wonder if that was from the CT or the T side. It's a good counter smoke nonetheless. Now they just have to outweight the utility. Ido's going to try to be the one that peeks in and gets the first amount of damage. Grim will actually find the guy in pit. Pterodactyl now alone in sight with that op. Gets one, trying to get another. Can't get another shot off. The trades are too quick. They're too efficient. It's a 2 versus 3. Mad Cow coming across with that M4 while the plant is going up. He finds one, looking for a second. Can't quite make contact with that shot, though. Curry, 1 versus 2. Hines 1. Does he know the other one is in sight? He's got an idea. Unfortunately for him, it is not enough, and your winners of the Java tournament today will be the boys, as they take this 16-7. And they finish this B03 in 2 maps and make quick work of Nascar. And this is, by the way, this is the first 2 maps that Nascar has lost in this tournament, so hats off to them. They played absolutely amazing. Great performance across the board from both of these teams. Of course, MCE and crew, they constantly play these tournaments and events, so it's not a surprise. They're very comfortable here. A great performance. We appreciate you guys hanging out on stream. We appreciate everything you guys did for us today. Thank you so much for coming by and checking us out. Again, for me, my personal Twitter is almostsp. You can also find me on Twitch. I do broadcasts like these all the time. I've also got my observer here, R-Line, help me out during this entire thing as well. If you want to plug yourself, that'd be awesome. At _R-Line, or at R_line CS. You guys go throw him a follow. He'd appreciate you too. Thank you guys so much for checking out the stream. Thank you for supporting Java. We really appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my